Hi guys, and welcome back to the T blog. This is the I-130 prep and informational session, a little bit more in depth about the process and the paperwork that is needed. I'm going to try to go step by step for you and give you some more insight on how I completed this process and how far me and my husband has got with the process thus far. Okay, so jumping right into it, once again, this is for the spousal visa. Okay, this is the I-130. This is for married couples, United States citizen, and a foreign spouse. Okay, so starting from the basics, I myself, from the USCIS standpoint, is considered the petitioner. I am petitioning for my spouse to come to the States. My husband is the beneficiary. Okay, so he is the one that is actually in pursuit of the visa to live here full time. So what I did first, I actually had a lot of help from my cousin who went through this process over for, I think it was 5 years ago. 5 years ago this year, they went through the same process, her and her husband. Now, they did not do the I-130, they did the I-29F, which is the fiance, or the 90-day visa. They went through that process, but she had a lot of important stuff and just a lot of guidance and a lot of help. She was an awesome help. So the first thing that she suggested that I do, and she actually went through this with me, we went to the USCIS website. You will find every single visa that is offered from the United States, information on that website, information about the green card process, information about getting family members such as siblings or immediate family members, or your children if your children are still overseas, or however that happens. So that website has all of the information that you need. The only thing about it is that it's all jumbled up into one, so it can be extremely overwhelming and confusing at times. So what we did was simplify the steps, just to see what the steps we need to go through, and to have it all laid out so that we can better understand the process. So this is my things I'm likely to forget notepad. So yeah, I jot down a lot of stuff in here throughout the process. Yes, so there's a lot of stuff on here. This is our initial list. I'm not going to read every single detail. I'm just going to go up to the part where we're at right now. As far as the I-130, when you send off your I-130, you will get the 797, which is the confirmation back, okay? The I-130 currently, right now, as of July 2018, the price of it is $535, okay? Now, the I-130 is also known as the IR1 or the CR-1. So the CR-1 is what we're going for, which is the immigrant visa for a spouse. Now, she went through the I-29F. This is when I was deciding which process to go through, or which way should I do the fiance, should I do the spousal. Come to find out, the fiance visa, or the 90-day visa, is basically becoming obsolete. The processing time that it takes for the for the 129, the fiance visa, is about equal right now to the I-130. So instead of them approving the 129s, they just automatically switch your visa status or your application status over to a 130. Now, there was a way at one time where you can apply for the 130, the spousal visa. You can apply for that one, and then while they are reviewing your I-130, you could apply for the fiance visa to get your spouse here while that was processing. So that whole system is just a no-go right now with the way things are going in the USCIS departments and the embassies and everything. So we decided to go with the I-130. That way, when my husband gets here, he is already an American citizen. He will already have his green card. He doesn't have to go through the extra steps to get the green card. We don't have to pay the extra fees to go through what what you would have to if you did the fiance visa, okay, because we are already married. So the I-130 may take a little bit longer, but in the end game, it's more efficient and more just easier that way, basically for us. Okay, so it may be different from you guys, but for us, it was easier. So after that, the USCIS currently right now, or as far as their website is concerned, mine was sent to the Potomac Center, and their processing time for the spousal visas is 8.5 to 11 months. Now that's not the whole process. The 8.5 to 11 months is just a time frame that's estimated for them to approve or disapprove here in the States. So right now we're coming up on month 5. I filed in February. February 12th is my priority date of this year, 2018. And we're coming up on August. According to Visa Journey, I say this all the time to you guys in the comments, definitely join Visa Journey. If you are going through this process, Visa Journey has not only helped me get things straightened out, it's helped me see things from other points of views. It's helped me to hear the testimonies of those who have gone through and have had great results. And then there's also people who do open up about getting disapproved, and then they go to others for help or to figure out what their next step should be. So yes, definitely check out visajourney.com. Create your profile, even add me. I believe my name on there is T Asiedu 08. So it's TASIEDU 08. Okay, look for me, add me, follow me. I'll follow you back, and hopefully give each other some ways to help the time go by. Visa Journey also statistically puts together data from everyone who has joined to give us a better idea of when we should hear something, and it also gives us day-by-day updates of where the USCIS or the individual embassies, even the individual embassies. So the embassy in Accra, in Ghana, which is Accra is the capital of Ghana. So the embassy that is there, they have a lot of information about them, and I joined the Ghana group. So hey guys that are on the Ghana group, keep giving feedback. Like, it definitely helps. It definitely helps. So I actually have to update mine as well. So after, let's keep going. After you turn that in, and if you are approved, amen, then they will send you your approval letter from the USCIS, but it needs to go now to the NVS, which is the National Visa Center. The National Visa Center will then send it to the embassy where your spouse resides. So mine, once again, is going to Ghana, so it will go to the Accra embassy there. Okay, so at that time, medical information is needed. There is also a interview scheduling that has to take place. And my husband will also get his fingerprints and his background check during that time as well. When it is sent to the National Visa Center, then that is when the form DS-160, it's actually an online form. You complete it online, you pay for it online, you print it, and you bring it into your interview. You also, during that time, they need their passport and their original documents of their birth certificate, our marriage certificate, the police certificate from the background check, their medical examination, which is done in certain medical offices. So make sure you get a list or you speak to someone about the licensed medical offices in your country, so that you won't have any issues when it comes to that. And I believe there's also a specific department where you need to go and have your background clearance given to you as well. You also need to bring passport photos and your payments for your fees. If you are approved then and there for your visa, you will have certain fees that need to be paid as well. And then your evidence. So speaking of the evidence, we're going to go back to the beginning process because of me filling out the I-130 and sending in my evidence. I've also gotten questions about what not to and what to put in the I-130 packet when you are initially sending it off. Everyone's process is different. On the website, on USCIS website, there is a whole list of items that they suggest that is sent in for your evidence. And honestly, it depends on what country you're from. Ghana is one of the countries that is listed as a high state for falsified relationships or people that are not truly married, or yeah, it's a lot. So it kind of messes up things for those who are truly in love or truly married and just wanting there to be with their spouses. So with my husband being from Ghana and knowing Ghana's background and history in regards to their embassy denying a lot of people because of the fraud rates, I made sure that our packet was packed with evidence. So I actually started keeping file cases. So I have a file case, and I think these have like eight different filings in them. So I have actually three of these. And it has a lot of information and evidence that of our relationship from when we first met and first got engaged. So I actually met my husband in 2007 on a missions trip. But we were not engaged until 2016. So until I am able to post full videos, you would have to check out my next video. It is actually the sequel to this one. The initial one was too long to upload to YouTube. Okay, thank you for watching this one. Go ahead and continue on to the next.